Arizona looks to improve their record to 2-1 this weekend, hosting UTEP for a late-night matchup here at Arizona Stadium. The Wildcats are coming off of a hard-fought 31-24 loss to Mississippi State that, despite the outcome, did have positive takeaways. In addition to career nights from Tedoroic McMillan and Jacob Manu, the defense had an impressive outing, holding the Bulldogs to just 5.5 yards per play. A major contributor and new addition to that Arizona defense joins us now on this episode of the Wildcat Rundown. What's up, guys, and welcome back into the Wildcat Rundown. Today's guest and the first player to be on the podcast is Sio Nofoagatoto'a. How close am I to that?
That was perfect.
Really? Okay, good. Can you break down for our Wildcat fans? Because I've been practicing a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I had Josh help me. But can you break it down? Because he told me that there's a silent N in there, or you're supposed to pronounce a silent N in there.
Yeah, it's Sio Nofoagatoto'a. So our G kind of sounds like an N in our language.
Okay, well, I'm excited to have you on today because first season for you with Arizona, and whenever we have someone new come in my role, I usually, first thing I do to get to kind of know who they are and their background is read their bio. And your bio on the website has been by far one of the most interesting ones I've read, just from all the places you've lived, the different sports you've played, the instruments you play. So can you start with where you were born and kind of your path and travel of where you've all lived and why?
I was born in Auckland, New Zealand, and then at a young age, me and my family moved to American Samoa just to help my grandparents with family stuff. And then at the age of 15, we moved to Australia just for opportunity-wise. And then at 17 years old, I moved to Clearwater, Florida, just to chase the dream of going D1. And then that brought me to Indiana, and then Indiana to Arizona.
So you've been literally all over the world. That's crazy. Did you learn any other languages? I know English is spoken in all the places you've lived, but do you speak anything else?
I speak Samoan and English, so those are the two main languages.
Awesome. And what place do you claim as your hometown?
Ili, American Samoa, so it's my home village.
Why that one? Why is that one so special to you?
Just growing up and learning a lot from my culture and my grandparents, I feel like it was a big foundation for who I am today.
So out of all those places you've lived, when you first, obviously born in New Zealand and then you went to American Samoa, what was the biggest culture shock that you experienced?
I think just how small the island is. Everybody knows everybody, and just how much football is important over there. It's a big avenue for young youth to get off the island. So whenever there's games or whenever there's a championship game, it's almost like college football. You know, all the stores are closed and everybody in town is watching a game.
Is that where you first started to play football?
Yes. I started playing at 11 years old. I got introduced by our youth football league. That was the first year they started playing youth football back home.
What was the position you gravitated towards first?
First, I actually played center. So, yeah, it was a big adjustment, but it was fun.
And I had heard that your dad and uncle were well known for football on the island. Did they have a big sway in you getting involved in football? Yeah,
definitely. Just hearing all their stories growing up, I couldn't wait just to play football. And then the high school they went to was pretty well known. And then my uncle, he played football for the University of Hawaii, so that was a big motivation.
When you were in New Zealand, what was the idea of football like over there? Because I know it's not the primary sport, so did you play other sports first?
My first sport, I played soccer, but then I played rugby. And football over there, they actually call it gridiron. Yeah, and I think they're slowly building up, a league and a culture of football over there.
So you go to American Samoa, you play football, then you move to Australia. Were you able to continue to play football when you were over there?
Yeah, they did have football, but around the high school age, they only played 9-man football, which was a big adjustment. But I didn't play that much. I played rugby and started to take it a little serious, and then just kind of figured out that football is really my true love.
I've heard from other guys I've known that have played rugby and then transitioned into football that there's so many similarities. They feel like it's really helped them. What skills in rugby and that experience of playing that do you think help you most in football?
I think with rugby, the bigger guys are they have a more of a job just to have ball skills and good footwork. So I think that translates well to football, and especially the tackling. It's a lot safer because you don't have a helmet, so you have to use good technique, and that translates well to football.
And I saw that you also swam. I remember this summer when I did your rookie roll call, you said that if you didn't play football, I believe it was water polo that you said you would play.
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, that was what it was. So when did you play those and how long did you play those sports?
I also played volleyball in Australia, and it was quite fun just being able to play different sports and learn different skills. But I think just growing up, we always played volleyball in our village. So it's just a big love, just playing with friends and family.
Do you get to play often here? I know the sand volleyball courts are connected to the practice field. Not that you have a ton of time right now, but have you been able to play with the guys a little bit?
Yeah, with some of the guys, we play at the pool, so it's a lot less work on the body, but it's always fun just to get around the guys and play pool volleyball.
You mentioned kind of your uncle, that he was a big inspiration for you to go play D1 football. When was that dream exactly born for you, and how did that lead to your decision to move to Florida?
In 2013, he graduated from the University of Hawaii, and just seeing that in person really motivated me just to chase D1 football, knowing that it would be a good opportunity for me to further my education and use football as a vehicle just for more opportunities in life.
How'd you get connected with Clearwater International in Florida? And is it the Tampa area?
Yeah, it's a few minutes away from Tampa, not too far. But it was kind of by accident. My head coach had stumbled upon my uncle's contact, and then he reached out saying that they would be able to get me to Clearwater, Florida, just because they're an international high school. So just building the relationship from there, and as soon as I heard I had the opportunity to come, I was ready to come here. I just packed my things, and then I think with 1 week from talking to him, I was on the plane to Clearwater, Florida.
Wow. And did you move by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So you spent 2 years in the U.S. Did you know anyone in Florida?
No. Most of my family is on the West Coast, or people that I know are on the West Coast. So moving to Florida was a big adjustment, but it was a new opportunity just to see a different side of the country.
What was the biggest difference in football when you got to the United States?
I think just the speed and then development at the high school level was way faster compared to most places outside of the U.S. And just the hunger that everybody has to go D1. I guess everybody who plays has that goal of going to college at any level.
So we've talked about all the sports you've played, all the places you've lived. You also are into music. I saw that you play the piano and guitar. Which instrument did you pick up first?
I picked up the guitar first, just being around church, and my cousins, they played a lot for our church and our family, so that kind of motivated me just to pick up the guitar. And then me and a lot of the guys, we have jam sessions, just we play guitar and we sing songs. Sometimes we just have worship services, just having that fellowship with the guys and just, sharing what may be going on in life and just throughout the week.
That's awesome. I mean, I got to hear a lot of you perform at the talent show, and so many gifted guys on this team. It was unbelievable. Yeah. And then I know, you didn't even play an instrument, you sang. So I was like, man, there's even more talent within this group that we didn't get to see that night. So a lot of fans have submitted questions for you. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. A lot of them were pretty similar, so I'm going to group them in together.
Okay.
The first one comes from Eric. And he asks, why Arizona? So why did you decide when your time was up in the Big Ten that you wanted to come here, and what went into that decision process?
Just from an organization standpoint, just from Coach Fish, and just seeing his vision on what he wants Arizona to be, and then just how it breaks down to all the other coaches and just the players, seeing how close they have been in the past few years. And just wanting to be a part of, chasing that goal and just pushing Arizona to a place that's never been.
And you mentioned that you have a lot of family on the West Coast. Do you have any family here in Arizona or more so like California?
I have one auntie and uncle that live here in Arizona, but most of my family lives in San Diego, California. So it's not too far.
Yeah, nice. Be a little closer
Yeah.
to some family now. Okay, next question comes from Colin, and he asked what a typical day of eating looks like for you.
Um, just being in season, we're kind of in a maintain stage. So we have mandatory meals, just breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just talking to our nutrition staff and getting their thoughts on what I should eat and what my plate should look like. So yeah, just getting in those meals and then making sure, I'm able to recover from workouts and practice is the biggest thing.
Can you walk us through, like, wake up in the morning? If you have, let's do weights, because I know you guys consume a little bit more and people are always interested. We did a segment with nutrition this spring and people couldn't believe all the food that you guys have to eat because you burn so much.
So on a day that we lift at 8 a.m. So I'll come in around 7:30, have a little pre-workout snack. It might be a shake and maybe a bagel or some yogurt, and then go through the workout. And then after, have breakfast with the guys, maybe a few eggs, maybe some chicken or some steak, just some type of protein, maybe a little salad on the side, and then a waffle on the side. It's always mandatory. And then after that, we'll have class or treatment and then have lunch. I'm a big lunch guy just because, going into practice, you want to feel energized. So maybe a burger or a steak, a salad on the side too, and then just whatever I'm feeling for the day. And then after practice and meetings, we'll have a big dinner. And dinner's always important just because, you're recovering after practice. So always doubling up and just trying to get the most that I can.
And a lot of people had food questions. I thought that was funny. So kind of to summarize some of those, what is your favorite cheat meal or like celebratory meal?
After the games we win, I think Five Guys or In-N-Out's always a good cheat meal. Just, having a good burger and some fries. So that's always good.
I agree. Are you an In-N-Out fan or a Whataburger fan? Like, what's your top hamburger joint?
I think top three would be In-N-Out, Five Guys, and then Gray's. Shout out to Gray's.
Gray's, I haven't been there. I have to check it out. We always talk about food on this podcast, and now I have like a list of food places I need to go here. Okay, next question. A lot of people also wanted to know just about your position. So what do you love about your position? And someone else also asked, why defense instead of offense?
Defense, I just, just being able to tackle guys and make plays. It's always fun. And then defensive line, it's a technical position, and it's not the most popular position. It's almost like offensive line. But I think just being on the forefront of the defense and just knowing that you're an important part of how the defense rolls, and just being able to help other positions make plays, and then being able to make plays myself is also a fun thing.
Another question was why number 50? Because people saw that you wore that at your last institution. You're now wearing it here. Does it have a special meaning to you?
It was given to me by my head coach, but slowly it kind of developed the meaning. So just for my parents, I have there's 5 of us kids, and just growing up, they sacrificed a lot. So for the number, it's like 5 reasons, 0 excuses. So it's kind of just what my parents did in life. They got 5 reasons to push, which is me and my siblings, and they never gave any excuses.
I love that. That's really cool. Jasmine was wondering what inspired your ink. So if you're listening to the podcast, they won't be able to see it. But if you could walk us through the different tattoos you have and just the inspiration behind them.
So I got my tribal sleeve, which has little patterns, which all mean a different thing in our culture. And then on my right arm, it's kind of a memorial arm just to different family members. And I'm still adding to it, but Yeah, just as I go on and whenever I see something I like and how I can incorporate it for a family member, it's kind of how I make the decision.
Yeah, that's special. How many sessions have you had?
I've had 6.
Wow, thanks. Okay, another one comes from Benjamin, and he was wondering what your favorite moment has been in your football career.
Every win is a special moment just in the locker room. But I think just being part of the locker room is, something you'll miss once it's done. But just building that bond with people, you're spending every day with the guys, and you're grinding every day, and just when things go right and you win and you make it to bowl games, it just puts everything together.
And then a couple familiar names here for you. Cadillac was wondering, what habits throughout the week help you prepare for the opponent?
I just want to say shout out to our high performance team. That includes our nutritionists, our strength coaches, Coach Tio and the guys, and then Kevin and everybody in the training room, and then also our mental health team. Just everything they put together, the plan they put together, just makes it kind of easy for us. But personally, I think just getting in extra cardio with my dog Cadillac always helps. And then just breaking down the game plan and just working on the fundamentals and habits that, can help us make a difference and a win.
Mm-hmm. Entering week 3 now, so UTEP coming up. Anything changing now as we get more into the grind of the season?
Just, staying in the training room and just getting ahead of little nagging injuries helps us. And, again, that's just a big shout out to our high performance team and the way they put things for us, making sure we get the right nutrition for our bodies to recover and feel our best. And then T.O. and the guys, making sure we're getting stronger, faster each week while still peaking during game time. And then just Kevin and them in the training room, just making sure, we're feeling our best and just giving us the resources that we need, like massages and cryotherapy. And then just also our mental health team, just, making sure that aspect of the mind is good. So, yeah, shout out to them.
And last one comes from Jonah and also Jacob, and they want to know, what is your hair routine? What's your secret there?
I mean, every day we practice, so maybe just rinse it out. But 2 to 3 times a week, just deep condition and shampoo. And then maybe every other week I might braid my hair, just, make it easier for game days. But, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for being on today, Sio. Best of luck this weekend against UTEP. We're all going to be rooting for you and the Wildcats. And thank you for your time. Bear down.
Thank you for having me.